We could balance it out. All right, we're good to go? Cool, so thanks everyone for coming. We're gonna be getting this vibe coding session started, and there's apparently gonna be a cool intro video from Shaka, so we can watch this and then get started in a sec. Oh, there's no intro video anymore, but okay, so anyway, my name's Jack, and
I'm Mariella.
And yeah, we're running the Vibe Code residency, and basically the idea is like throughout the month we're gonna be gathering a bunch of people, and I think we live like in a very special time where we can kind of create ideas, or like make our ideas real, like whether that's like a game or an app. I think like this AI thing is exploding, and I guess like throughout the past like year I've been vibe coding with all these different tools and stuff, and I think we have a lot of really exciting stuff in store for the month. And yeah, today, like, I'd encourage everyone to kind of pull out your laptop and like you can build as we kind of build together. And yeah, I'll just be sharing some of the things we're doing throughout the month. And yeah, I'm just excited everyone's here together. So if you want to share anything else, feel free.
Yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit about what we'll be doing in the Vibe Code residency. Really, our focus this month is around building at the speed of intuition. So we're going to be prototyping some builds via somatic intelligence. So we're collaborating with a lot of different modalities. The first one will be public this week on Thursday at noon with the meditation artifacts. So we will be led through an outdoor meditation. And then we'll be moving into almost like a live journaling, but instead you'll be live building. And the goal will be to get out of your mind and stay in your body. So we'll be using Whisper Flow and Lovable to live build. And it'll be, I think, a really unique experience that I'm super excited about. We have a really lovely backyard, and so we're excited to welcome people. And we'll be doing similar things throughout the month. We're connected with the local kids at Bitcotessa. So we've already talked to someone about doing some primal movement with kids and then move into vibe coding. So really like experimentation. And I think that the wonderful and beautiful thing about vibe coding is that like everyone's a builder and we're really like leaning into that ethos. I'm a non-technical person. Jack is technical. And so together we're gonna be collaborating and creating a really cool experience for y'all.
Yeah, I'm super excited. And yeah, I think, yeah, today is very like, it's gonna be free flowing. I've got, I shared in the Telegram chat, in the Vibe Code channel, I shared this Notion page, which will be, we're eventually gonna transition some of this data and like some of this onto the website, but for now it's kind of gonna be just a place where I can share like all the projects that we're working on, and we would like want to create a community portfolio of like everyone's projects throughout the month. And I'm gonna move this up a little bit. But yeah, I think like Mariella mentioned like everyone's a builder, and I think that's yeah, one of the really exciting things about vibe coding is like it's inherently a tool that like kids can use. Like we were building a lot of different games, and we're excited to build like an open source arcade throughout the month where like all these like kids and adults can all just kind of build these really inspiring and interesting different games. And yeah, like I figured I'd just like start with a little demo before we like get into building. So like I just shared this in the in the group chat, but yeah, like I was just hanging out with Tomas and Brennan the other night, and I was basically, we decided we could build a vibe check. So like if you're at if you're at the Vibe House or just in general, you can basically talk to this AI bot. And let me get the right thing here. So this is just like a fun example of like a silly little app that you can build that I think leaning into like we'll be building a bunch of things that are like genuinely useful throughout the month, and like organizing all these different like all the different information and like building Telegram bots and stuff. But this one right here, we can get a quick vibe check. There's a lot of good stuff here. So you can open the camera. I'll just do a quick, like, we'll see if the vibe's good. But you can see this little dog will analyze our vibe. And 72, I'll take it. So Timur was joking that it's like rigged for me because like I got like 100 score earlier. But yeah, this is like just an example of like a fun thing, and I'd encourage everyone throughout the month to just like build things that just call to you and like that you find inspiring. And let's just say vibes are good. So yeah, and there's like a leaderboard of like a bunch. There's like Colton was definitely one of the top vibers from today, and there's a bunch of these different ones, but like this, I think there's a lot of good stuff here. But yeah, I think yeah, like for today, I think I figured it'd be good to start with like Lovable because it's like a really accessible tool that everyone can use. And so everyone that does have a laptop, I'd like encourage we could like build together. And yeah, I think like one of the exciting things that we built in the past was a community portfolio for Edge Esmeralda. And so like with this, we kind of had like all these different projects, and I find it like there's so many amazing projects across Edge City, and like getting them all in one place and making sure that like if people are thinking about similar things, that we can have like one place to kind of get all the make sure like no one's trying to build the exact same thing at the exact same time, and they can work together. and stuff. So I figured this is one option for something we could do today is like build a community portfolio. And within this, this was like an earlier version of like the Edge City Arcade, which is there's a bunch of like kids were building these games, which were like you can kind of see here. This was like at the last Edge City, and so like there's all these different games. I won't go into any of these right now, but yeah, the cool thing is like we also have like Oculus headsets, like we can build VR games, and we're launching. Not to spoil too much, but we're launching a Vibe Coin, which will be something that will it's basically like an open source arcade. So like, if you think of Mario, it's like Mario's amazing because we all love it, but you can't really like build a new version of Mario with the same characters. But like, if we have NFTs for these characters, and if we have like a currency that's kind of like a decentralized open source arcade, I think it's like that plus vibe coding is like a really exciting thing. So yeah, I want to show that. So like if we go to the Vibe Arcade, this is something that we'll just be iterating on throughout the month. And so yeah, the idea with vibe coding is you can literally build whatever you want. So like a lot of people will be building like personal websites. We're going to be, like as Mariela mentioned, we'll do like the like building from the body, like after a meditation, and yeah, I guess, yeah, there's a bunch of different stuff we can do, but yeah, I figured for today, I kind of mapped out some ideas for what we can go into. And so I guess like to start, if anyone's like not familiar with vibe coding, like I want to make this friendly for people that are definitely familiar with vibe coding, but also not familiar with vibe coding. So like the way I think about it is vibe coding is essentially just like, before you had to program to a computer and you had to learn the language of the computer. And now what's exciting is they are starting to speak English, and we can gradually build more and more stuff and like kind of bring our ideas to life with vibe coding. So it's basically just chatting to an AI bot and then having it build apps and websites and games in many cases. So yeah, I think like I'm just kind of going through all these different things, and in terms of like the vision for the month, we kind of shared a bit about it. We want to do like a VR lab. I think that'd be really cool. Like Brennan's got a Oculus, and we got the kids over at Bitcotesma also have Oculuses, so we'll like be building VR games and stuff throughout the month. And yeah, I think yeah, there's a lot of different things for today, and I figured I'd just kind of like do a broad overview before we do like our daily co-working sessions at the Vibe House. And I'm also a big fan of like building outside and like getting in the sunlight. So like outdoor vibe coding will definitely be a thing throughout the month. And yeah, I guess that kind of covers it for this. I don't know if Mariela, you want to add anything extra, but before we dive into building.
Yes. So sometimes in these rooms, it's like a lot of just like looking at a screen, and I would love if everyone just like turned to their neighbor and maybe talk about maybe one or two things that they've always thought about maybe building, but like in this moment and in this time, you can now maybe do it. Because I think that there will be like a lot of synergies, and so we'll just take like 5 minutes to do that.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. Yeah. And I'm not used to like giving, like I like collaborative workshops, so I'll come back in a few minutes and yeah. Speak your dreams. Cool. Nice. That's well done. Hello? Hello, hello? All right, so I heard a lot of really, guys, real quick. So I heard a lot of really interesting ideas, and I'd love to hear if anyone wants to share, because, like, I don't want to be up here with my own ideas just purely building. I want to kind of incorporate everyone. So if anyone wants to share, like, raise your hand. You had a really good idea, but yeah, if you want to share. I feel like, yeah, sure. I feel like, yeah, you could just, I think that's the best way, so, yeah.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. I'm a piano player, and for years I've had an idea of building an RPG that teaches you how to play piano. So you would connect your keyboard into a computer, and it'd be like a 2D. Who played Pokemon when you were younger?
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, imagine like, you know how like in Pokemon your character walks across the line of sight of an NPC, and then it's like, let's battle. It'd be like that, but instead of that, it's a jam. So like you run across a saxophone player, and it's like, let's jam, and you collect like a bag of licks and stuff like that. Anyway, so this is so it's a full length RPG.
Yes.
And by the end, you learn maybe 12 songs or something like that.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's so fun. Does anyone else have an idea that we could explore more that they want to share?
I'm working on a fantasy crypto trading platform.
Nice.
So think fantasy football, except for perps trading, where you can go head to head versus another trader, or you have a league that runs for maybe 120 days or something like that. And you accumulate points. Everyone will put up 1 ETH for a winner.
Yeah.
And all the fees that are collected on the platform will go to support decentralized science.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to see how we could build that throughout the month. I think I was joking with my friends that maybe next year we'd build our own fantasy app because it's just getting so much easier. So I think this would be awesome. I love it.
Does anyone have a simple idea that maybe we can live build right now?
Yeah.
Not sure how simple is it. So I'm using NA10. Who know NA10? Who use it?
Love it.
Yeah, and self-hosted NA10 is free of charge, effectively, and it's very easy to make. So I use self-hosted NA10 for my business.
Yeah.
But to make agents, AI agents inside run reliably, I need to use evals, like evaluations.
Yeah.
And free plan of NA10 allow only one eval, like only for one workflow, which is not enough. Paid plan for self-hosted NA10 cost $800 a month, which is for small business doesn't make sense. I don't want to switch from NA10, so I just had idea yesterday that should be very easy to wipe code. That okay, I have production server with NA10 which run my workflows, and I should just click something or type command which will copy exactly workflow which I need to evaluate to my Docker instance in my laptop and create eval just for it, like use eval, and use free NA10 to run this eval, and so I can debug the workflow and yeah, give me feedback. So using this one free eval, yeah, maybe not super like life-changing idea, but saving $800 a month for me worth it. Yeah.
I think that's amazing. Like, it reminds me.
Somebody had solution, right?
What? So, I'd love if we build that. That'd be great. It reminds me. I was vibe coding with a 6-year-old, and we were basically creating all these different games at Edge Esmeralda, like with other kids too, and we had QR codes for them, and I was paying $10 a month because I wanted at least two QR codes. That was probably my bad. Like, I probably could have found a better way to do it, but he went out of his way and created this QR code generator app. And like, once again, he's 6 years old, and he emailed me and said, like, Jack, it wasn't that hard to just do this. for like I think I like to think of it like different tools for different jobs. So like there's a wide range of different vibe coding tools, and I don't have everything listed here by any stretch, but these are a lot of the tools that I've used. There's also like Codex, and Claude Code is very popular here, and for good reason. And there's also Cursor and like Lovable, and all these different tools. Like we'll have throughout the month, we'll have like different sessions for each of them, I think, because it's like different tools for different jobs, and like we'll probably do like a VR session like within the next couple weeks, like where we'll just go all in on VR. But I figured I'd just share like today I'm going to be using Lovable, and we're also like talking to them about getting some free credits for everyone here. So like I'll update you guys if we do get that, because I think that'd be really awesome. And yeah, I think like a lot of these things like we could use Notion for, like a project tracker, but I think it's fun to vibe code it because we can make it look how we want it to look, and we can make it really pretty. So like for example, yeah, like this Vibe Arcade did not need, like I went way too hard on the design and stuff, but I think like whenever I have an idea like this, I like to start, like there's different philosophies here, but like I love to start with the design, and like I actually use ChatGPT a lot and like just generating images. So like I start with an idea, like I want to create a Vibe Arcade, and I explain it to ChatGPT, and maybe it like, I'll kind of like brainstorm with it, like what tools can we use to build this? Like what's the, like what am I not thinking of that might be smart? And like kind of just like brainstorming with ChatGPT and like getting the idea more clarified and more clear. And then like building, yeah, kind of just like designing a fully functioning app from there. And you like start with the design and then you can iterate. And I love using Lovable for this, but there's many different tools. So I think like, I'm curious, like maybe we could go with this. Like if we were to go with any of these aesthetics, like for like a project portfolio, I think, do you guys have a preference? Like this versus this? What? All good? Okay, so this is how I build. So I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna screenshot. And then I'm gonna send this to Lovable. We're gonna go here, and I'm basically gonna use Whisperflow, which is this tool here, which I can also share more. We're gonna get free credits. We talked to the founder of Whisperflow, and it's basically a tool to basically just dream out loud, and you can build instead of talking to your keyboard, you can just think out loud, and I use it all the time. I'm one of the biggest power users in the world for it. But yeah, I think for this, like, we're kind of thinking like a project tracker that we could all use. Like I think if anyone wants, like, is there any like features that we could add to this like project tracker that anyone wants to like add to, or if there's, because I think, yeah.
Maybe like ideally it could be where a bunch of us can put projects that either we want like to work on with others on this month,
Yeah.
or something like that. So
Yeah.
maybe a feature could be like
Yeah.
they're globally viewable, not
Yeah.
like private projects.
Totally. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I love this. So like,
So it's like a discover page, basically, right?
yeah, like, cause I've built like I think the idea of like a portfolio is really exciting for like a community, cause it's easy to build like personal websites, and we'll probably actually have like a personal website building workshop at some point. So like, cause it's way easier to do it now, and you can design it however you'd like. But yeah, I think that makes sense where it's like globally accessible. So. Okay, would you-
Feature would be to show progress on the project, which is an obvious feature of project tracking, but also when you like show the project, what you've done,
Yeah.
specify what you need help with, so that
Yeah.
other members
Yeah.
of Edge City could jump on your project and help you with it.
Yes, inviting collaboration. So I'm literally just taking notes here, and I'm gonna give a good prompt in a bit. But the idea is like for features, it can show progress. It can be accessible. How do you spell accessible to everyone without login? This is kind of me just like thinking through like what it could look like and feel like. But yeah.
Have you heard of UWare?
UWare.
I just sent you a link.
Okay,
There's
sure.
a UX on there that you can just screenshot and put in there.
Okay, let's do it.
So click on that. So UWare is a tool
Let me get this into Arc.
apps like Lovable, but inside of UWare they have like a community feature,
Mm-hmm.
and it's actually self-hosted on the website. So if you go to that link there,
Yeah.
this is like a AI prompt optimizer, but like you can see at the bottom they have like views and comments that people can talk about it.
Yeah.
And then on the right side, there's like this discover feature for all the other community apps that people have built using the tool.
Cool.
So like
Yeah.
like Lovable has this as well, I think, for community,
Yeah,
and so does ChatGPT, but the
Yeah.
UX could look something like this, and you can actually interact with this
Yeah.
like container here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's all on the platform. So something like this, probably with inside of like Edge.
Yeah, totally. And what does this look like on mobile? Because like I like to design things also thinking about what it looks like on a phone. So like this is kind of me just looking at, have you used this from your phone or just from your
Not from my
laptop?
phone. I've used,
Okay.
I actually use like Lyra in general for prompting other LLMs, but it's,
Cool.
yeah, it's a really cool community. I've seen some really cool apps that people have built on this.
Yeah. I love the UI, like what
Yeah,
you're talking about.
something like that we could probably use,
Yeah.
at least on like the UX front.
Totally. Like discover, and then this would be, yeah, I like the idea of a discover, and then this would be, you're thinking like you could talk to a chatbot maybe, or just in general, like,
Possibly. If you go back to like if you click on like the logo like of UWare, it'll take you to the homepage,
Mhm.
and they have like this community spotlight feature.
oh, cool. Okay.
And like
cool,
trending
yeah.
projects. But if you actually click
Yeah.
into any of the projects, it'll bring up that
Yeah.
view that Lyra had.
Yeah.
So like Lyra was like a vibe coding tool that went viral on Reddit a few months ago.
Yeah. Wait, let me-
So yeah, something like this.
Cool. Yeah, I love the feel of it. Yeah. So I'm thinking we could maybe start with like maybe we. Sometimes I like to just like let AI build what it thinks solves the problem best first, and then we can compare it to this, and then see how it feels. Because this like I like the idea of this a lot. Cool, awesome. The problem is there's a bunch of different projects here, and I think having one place where they're all like listed is a very nice thing to have. And like people could also put like bounties on different projects. Like it could be also a place where people like invite collaborators and stuff like that. So yeah, we're talking about like a bounty board or something like this as like a different idea, but similar thing. So. Yeah, yep, yeah. And I saw,
Thank you.
Josh.
This is great. How about if we had a place where we could all vote on suggested projects or even
Yeah,
events, sessions, like if someone wants to run like a stand-up comedy workshop,
yeah,
and then whoever views the whole list can choose like whether to give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, like a Reddit thingy.
yeah,
And then the ones that make it to the top, the organizer can then feel like they have enough support to run them or
Yeah.
something like that.
yeah. So we could
Like
have
a
like a
leaderboard.
different like events.
Yeah.
Yeah, like thumbs up. Yeah, like
Like a pipeline of projects, and then people can give support or like negative
like slash
vibes.
comment. Yeah. Yeah, I think just like an idea board is like a nice thing, and just like making it look nice. So I like that a lot. And cool. So does anyone else have an idea before we give our first prompt? I think we can just go for it. The last thing I wanted to share is like, so I was playing around with a lot of different fonts, and I think fonts do mean a lot. And I've recently been loving this one, so like Instrument Serif. I'm gonna tell it, I like this font. I think it'd be a cool font. There's like, just like a bunch of these you can explore in Figma and stuff, but it feels like old Mac vibes, which I like that vibe. So yeah, I think we're good to go. So I'm just gonna tell Lovable. I'm gonna treat it like basically just it's just like an AI brain in the room that we just have to tell it what we want. So we want to create a community project dashboard, and we want it to follow the design of the image that we're showing, and we want to use instrument serif as the main font. And yeah, in terms of the features, I've listed a few below, but yeah, I think we can basically make it accessible to everyone without a login, and we can add like and comment features later. But just, we want to start with the design, and then we'll add the database later. So we want it to feel like a nice and collaborative, warm space. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, I think like it's really fun to just be able to think out loud. And you can see Whisperflow just takes everything and just, I can use Whisperflow wherever I'm at, like on my Mac. I also use it on my phone, so it's, Lovable is now going to be just thinking for a bit. And yeah, I guess in the meantime, is there anything else, like any other ideas like that you guys have for the month that you're excited about? Or yeah, Jeremy?
So like, I like to sign up for new tools, and I listen to a shit ton of podcasts.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about like a Groupon-esque type platform that's like indexed podcasts with active like offers
Yeah.
and discounts, because
Yeah.
like most podcasts are sponsored.
Yeah.
And there's actually some really good discounts for tools that you're looking for already.
Yeah.
And so it's like a platform that you can just look for
Yeah.
discounts.
Yeah.
But like, because on Groupon, you know, it's like businesses and everything,
Yeah.
but you, like traditional internet isn't indexed for podcasts. There's a few, like I know that we've chatted about like listen notes and like some of these like word to text, but
Yeah, totally.
yeah, I guess it's like we would need to index, well, we would need to like transcribe a lot and
Yeah.
then index it for like advertising,
Yeah.
like active offers.
Yeah, totally.
And it could actually be like a marketplace as well to other companies.
Yeah, I love the idea. Yeah, I think like a toolbox where we can also have discount. It's an interesting idea. I think we could go somewhere with that for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love it.
Cool.
Cool. Sweet. Yeah, I think there's the cool thing with this is like, yeah, I think it's easier than ever to go from idea to creating the thing, and it's gonna, by the end of the month, it's gonna be even easier than it is now. So it's crazy. So explore our universe. This is not necessarily the vibe I was going for, but you can see like, I feel like for this, I think like traditionally, like how I'd go about this is like I would take inspiration from other UIs, and yeah, I think like we'll evolve on this like throughout the month and stuff, but I think I want to tell it a few things. I want to tell it that I'll just tell it right now. So this is interesting. It's a little, we love stars, but we don't love them this much, maybe for the idea board. And we basically just want to have a simple place where anyone can add a new portfolio site, and we could make it more minimalist. And yeah, we're also doing this for Edge City Patagonia, so we can include that in the branding as well for the site. But in general, it looks interesting, and you don't need to change the design too much. I think like behind where it says explore our universe, I think we could remove the flickering light thing. But yeah, I think that's good. And does anyone else have any thoughts before I submit this, or yeah? Yeah.
Is prompt optimization really worth the effort and hassle, or can you really just, free flow ideas like that without worrying about the cost?
So it's a good, like, I think there's different philosophies here. Like my friend Atten like does a technical he believes like strongly in just having like a full blueprint of like the entire product before you even start, and like spending a full week on that. And I'm like on the opposite side of the spectrum, where like I basically just vibe with it and iterate as fast as possible. And yeah, I think there's all these little like tools, like especially with Lovable, like I could change, like I can change the words here. I could say like universe, explore our world, or whatever. And yeah, I think I'm curious if other people have thoughts on this, but in general, like I like to just treat it like a basically like a co-founder of whatever I'm building, and kind of just like there's also a chat feature, so you can like think through things before you build it all out. But yeah, there's different. I think we're all kind of exploring the frontier here together. So yeah, I guess that's my perspective on it, at least. So cool. Yeah. So basically, I'm gonna not change this right now. So I'm saying this is interesting. It's a little like we love stars. Okay, maybe for the idea of word, just a simple place where one can add a new portfolio site, or idea about anything like an event they'd like to host, and people should be able to like and comment. We can make it a bit more minimalist, and cool. Explanation point for vibes. The site looks interesting. Yeah, so cool. Anyway, so basically, the idea is like it's very iterative, and I also wanted to share this. So like in the Vibe dashboard, like the prompt I started with here was like really simple. I just started with this image with Tomas, and I just said we want to create a really fun, simple, and stupid app that is going to be a progressive web app. So it like shows up on your phone like as a regular app, and it should be one where it's called a vibe check, and you get met with this character that's that says I'm sharing an image of. This is a bot. But yeah, this was totally like this whole app we built in like I don't know, like the camera didn't work at first, so like there was a problem there, but like in general it was like 15, 30 minutes of like building this whole thing. And it's like, it's just like a silly like meme, but yeah, I think there's a lot of these things that like, if you have a good idea in the moment, you can just kind of just drop it and see where it goes. So yeah, are there any thoughts? I'm gonna press allow for this. So it's gonna, this is actually a really important point. So like we built the front end, which is like the thing you see, but there's no database attached to it. And like, there's no back end. So like, we're basically gonna, like Lovable just made it a lot easier to basically allow us to add users and to add like information and actually make our app smart, essentially. So it's not just like a page. And so like by clicking like enable cloud, it's gonna open up this database storage, authentication, backend logic, and then we can add AI to it. So I'm just gonna press allow. But yeah, this is a pretty powerful thing. So
I actually just had an idea. I was thinking, because you made this and you had so much fun with Tomas yesterday, and I was thinking if you guys like end up getting together with your friends, if you want to like open up like Lovable and maybe like try to create something at some point, maybe over dinner or maybe like at a cafe or something in the morning, and you wanted to then like post and share in the Vibe Code chat, I would like love to see. I think we're always looking for new and unique ways, especially here, like the conversations that happen at Edge are like wild and crazy. And so it'd be really cool to like out of conversation, see what you all build. I think that one of the things that we're also prototyping is just like new ways of connecting and building, right? I already talked to you guys about the one where you're building from body somatics, and we'll be running them again with meditation and sound and all the other things. But even just like friend collective energy, it'd be really fun to see what you all build. So there's just like an idea.
I want to see a lot more links, and there's been some fun ones already, but yeah, it's gonna be good. So.
Sorry, one more question. Do you have any tools that will build smart contracts or back-end stuff? A lot of the tools that I've played with seem to only want to do front-end demos.
Yeah. So I've been tinkering on this for like about a year now, because like Edge City Lana, which was like in Thailand like a year ago, like we were trying to build smart contracts and trying to vibe code smart contracts, but there's actually a company called Herd.eco, and Anna, I think, is going to do. Anna's right here, and she just arrived, so we can welcome her. But yeah, we're gonna actually be exploring like a smart contract building session. So like with the Vibe Arcade, I'm trying to think of interesting ways where where we can have like a decentralized form of like a agreement in the app, or like a programmed some sort of like smart contract that would be interesting. So like I'd love to brainstorm with you guys about ways we can do that. So Herd.eco though is going to be one of our collaborators there. So Herd, it's HERD.eco, and yeah, it's basically like a no-code platform to build smart contracts a bit easier. And like I don't think it's ready yet for like all of us to use, but we'll get there throughout the month. So.
Just to clear, I wasn't sure. Are you making like a portfolio board for vibe coding projects
Yes.
that are going to be launched during this month
Yes.
by
Yes.
anyone in the community?
Yeah. That's the
Okay.
idea.
So maybe we should have like categories.
Yeah.
We could have, I don't know if you already talked about that, but like maybe before you get to the projects, because like sometimes I get a little confused if there's a huge
Yeah.
gallery of projects.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
to start with, it could even be a wizard, you know, like what are you into at the moment?
Yeah,
Like, are you more interested in business, games,
Yeah.
you know, and then
Yeah.
you take the users through the wizard, and then
Yeah.
maybe you only display
Yeah.
projects that are kind of
love
interesting
that.
or
Yeah.
relevant to them, you know?
Totally.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea. And one of the cool things about like one of the recent like updates to Lovable is like we can build basically like we can just tell it we want an AI that will guide us to the projects we want the most. Or so like maybe we could just click on the different categories, and yeah, I like that. Like making it personalized is a cool idea. So sweet. And it's currently working, so we're gonna see it improve in the background. But
We are developing a little bit reinventing the wheel, right? So why don't we just use, for example, Notion?
yeah,
And because if we wipe code it,
yeah, totally.
we will be having wipe bugs also.
Yeah. So we were talking about Notion. We were talking about like Notion versus we were talking about Notion versus like Lovable earlier, and I think this is just like a fun example like that we can use that like might be. I would love to use this throughout the month, and I also love Notion. Like I have a lot of friends that work there, and I think like we'll probably be like prototyping both at the same time, because like what's cool about this is we can make it look fun and make it look exactly as we want it. But yeah, it's a good question. So it looks like now we can. It seems like anyone can now go here and like you can share your idea. And I definitely want to like continue to design this and like get some more graphics for it and stuff throughout the month. But yeah, I think I'll probably just like I'll submit this one as like the first dummy test. We'll see if this works. So I'm basically just getting the link for the for this. I'm going to share the idea. And so like one of the cool things is like if we do already have the link, I think it should populate the. So I'm actually just going to tell AI right now. So I'm just going to select this. When we type in, or when we paste a link here, we want to grab the metadata. So we want to grab the title and the cover image that's associated with each link, like whenever, and it should auto-populate, like whenever we paste in a link here. So, oh shoot,
I also always like that Jack's voice changes when he uses Whisper Flow. So we've been on FaceTime. We've been like organizing this like months ahead of time. And so I'd be on FaceTime with him and he'd be like, hold on 1 second. Okay, so I think that we should do it like this, like this. And it's the most amazing. And he didn't like fully say before, but the founder of Whisper Flow, we got on a call with him and he just casually was like, yeah, I think I'm at like 1 million words. And he was like, wait. And he was like very monotone and like, you know, just like having the call. And then he paused and he was like, then I know you by your stats. And so Jack pulled it up and he's at like just shy of 900,000. And even the founder is only at 400,000. So you are in the presence of a all-time
whisperer.
leader, Whisper Flow. Even the founder was shocked. So yeah, so
Dude, he has all my data. It's everything.
so just wanted to throw that fact into you there.
It's crazy. But yeah, like I'm on Telegram all the time, and like if I'm lazy, I'll just like voice message everyone, and it's very easy. So I like it. Yeah, that's good.
And again, we're working on the link, but I think pretty much because you impressed him so much, we got all of Edge City free credits for Whisper Flow. So we'll be sending that out soon.
Yeah. Pretty good.
I know you're working on getting
Yeah,
credits,
yeah,
but I
yeah.
guess
Yeah,
like,
well, I was hoping we'd get the credits today, but yeah, I'll let you know when we get.
any like insight on how much?
So for Edge Esmeralda, we had Replit credits, and we basically all had like 1 free month. So it's like the $25 is like what I think is reasonable for us to get for where everyone can try it for free for 1 month, and it should be
Okay.
good.
I guess like realistically, if how many hours of vibe coding would that be equivalent to? Right, because like you can
I would
easily,
say, okay, in terms of like actual hour, like, it's a great question.
like will we hit the limits? Is I guess the
I would say
question.
like 200. It gives you 200 credit, or it gives you 100 credits, which is like about 100 prompts, more or less.
Okay.
So that's like, I feel like that's a good like 4 or 5 projects each. So
Okay, that's pretty good actually.
yeah, I feel like
Cool.
it works. But yeah, so basically I just use this for ease of use. So I'm gonna see if it works. So I basically just submitted this. And cool. So it basically just grabbed all the metadata for it. So I basically didn't have to type in everything twice because it's like I basically just pasted in the link and then it knows what we're doing. And we could make plenty of improvements, like the devil's in the details, as many say. But so for category, I could say community, portfolio, vibes. And I'll just say, yo. Oh wait, this is actually a different thing. Yo.
Maybe we shouldn't just have completed projects on the portfolio page. Maybe some of them could be like, there could be a progress bar,
Yeah.
and you could see some projects that are just an idea
Yeah, yeah.
phase.
Yeah.
And then you could
Yeah.
filter for like projects at idea phase, and maybe you could even provide some comments to those, where it'd be like people can submit just an idea, because I feel like a lot of people, it takes a while for someone to get started, let alone finish something, right?
Yeah.
So it'd be cool if we had like some concepts, and then people can provide some help to like flesh them out.
Yeah, totally.
Then you could have like a in progress, like in development currently, and you can see some like early signs of what the project looks like.
Yeah,
And then you could have
totally.
like completed projects.
Yeah.
I don't know, what do you think about that?
Yeah, so I basically just took your idea and said, let's add a progress bar so people can see which projects are in the idea phase versus building phase versus polishing stages.
It'd be really cool, because then you could get a lot more projects on there, and like most of them would be like
Totally.
half-baked ideas.
Yeah, totally. And I like the idea where it's just like ideas and projects. So it's like many of these will have links, and I think that's awesome. But
And I always work really well with urgency. So if someone's like, wait, your idea is so cool, when is it going to be done? I'll be like, tomorrow.
jokes. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we can start voting.
All right, cool. So we just submitted our first project. And yeah, I kind of want to spend more time like designing this in new ways, and we could also get like a nice, like I might put this on just like portfolio or like ideas.vibecoderesidency.com or something like this, so we can kind of have like a nice place for it to be. And I'll probably send that later today once I do it. But yeah.
The other thing that's going to be happening this week is, like I said, all of our programming is going to be open to outside residents for this first week. And so we're going to be running some Vibe Pomodoro sessions in our backyard. So we'll make that live on Social Layer, but like would love to have everyone there. And like you can help one another. Maybe you don't even have to work alone. Maybe, again, like I was saying, you could do it with friends. I personally like, Jack's Vibe Arcade. That's a good really way to like get started and like not be attached to the outcome as if it's a game and it's like totally non-serious. You could make it spicy. It's spooky season. It could be about Halloween, like whatever it is that you want. And just would love to see some like creative energy in the backyard of the Vibe House.
Yeah, I'm excited. And I'm glad we got one game. So basically I just let it cook in the background. But I think in terms of design, like I think design is one of the most important parts of vibe coding, because like anyone can create a thing that kind of looks like this. And I like tried to give it like a custom font that we like. And in general, like I think you can tell like something's vibe coded if it has like a icon that looks like this, and it's just kind of like there's a lot of value in like uniqueness and stuff. And so like one last thing that I'll share is like I've been within the last like month or two, because of like how important this all is, I've been diving into Pinterest of all places. Like I did not think Pinterest would be like a gold mine for ideas, but there's a bunch of different designs here. Like I'll just like find like a bunch of these things like on Lovable and stuff. So I can basically screenshot something like this, and I'll basically just like scroll through Pinterest all day, and then like find things that look really good and look like feel really nice, and then you can just screenshot and send. You can send all this stuff to Lovable, and then like you'll have a more original and unique design. And so I think like Pinterest is, yeah, just one of the best tools I've found for like actually designing stuff that looks and feels good. So I'll do more of this. I don't know if there's for what we're doing here, I don't know if any of these aesthetics calls to you, let me know. But let me check in on the site real quick. So okay, so we can see we got the progress bar. So like it's in idea phase. the vibe check is still in idea phase. But we do have this feature now, so it's and like if we submit a new idea, we can say if it's an idea phase or building phase or polishing phase. We could add like a selling phase or growth phase or whatever we want to do there. But yeah, I think there's like in terms of stuff, I don't know if there's anything else. We got like a bit of time. I don't know if anyone else wants to share another thought that we could add to this, or any ideas for the month that you're excited about or anything like that. I don't know. We don't need to go too long if we don't feel like it, but yeah, I don't know if anyone has another idea for this, or I think we're. Yeah. 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 So we could add users and yeah. So this actually like I've been building out a system. So like another one of my main projects has been building like a Telegram bot, and I'm trying to get everyone's like intros from the intros channel into a database. And I think like I kind of want to pair that with this, so like we can have, because like the Telegram bot that I've built is named Infinity, and we can ask Infinity whatever we want. So I basically just asked it like, can you search your memory for like the best vibe coding projects? And it got like Roman's projects here. I wish he was here right now, but yeah, I think there's, long story short, I think profiles are really important, and I think we can build those throughout the month. And I don't necessarily want to start from scratch right now because I think there's like some interesting stuff in the works. But yeah, I think it's a great idea. So yeah, today's very like free flowing. It's kind of just like exploring what we can build together, and it's really cool to hear you guys' ideas and stuff. And I could just look one more time at the Notion to see if there's anything else that we could dive into. Yeah, we'll be doing like vibe filmmaking with like a tool called Hollywood. So I think there's also, yeah, there's a lot of like just bringing ideas to life through film is also something I'm very passionate about, and I think a lot of people here are passionate about it. So yeah.
Yeah, Rahila will be here the last week, and we're actually like hooking up some ideas with her about some events. And her whole ethos of what she's building out is that you'll be able to build your own like filmmaking style. And so, and then you'll be able to utilize other people's filmmaking styles. And eventually down the line, you potentially would even be able to like monetize your filmmaker. And so there's lots of things in the work there, and it'll be really great to have her here on the ground in Patagonia.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. And yeah, there's so much stuff here. Like I think like the idea of like everyone creating like different characters throughout the month too. Like you just mentioned like a wizard. We could have like a wizard character. And like I've actually built an app where I think it's the easiest way on the internet to create like Telegram bots. So it's basically 2 minutes. You go to the app, and then you can you basically go to Telegram, and then you can just create the bot, and then you can give it a personality, and then give it a profile photo, and then anyone can talk to it. And so I think like just in general, this idea of like bringing ideas to life and like characters to life and putting them in stories and putting them in films is like maybe making NFTs because we're in Argentina at a crypto thing. So I think there's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, one of the ideas we had is that everyone in the residency will like create their own persona and have like their own little avatar. So Josh, get ready, start thinking. Brennan, we want you to. And then Jack, will you pull up actually like the 3D modeling site?
Oh, yeah,
Because
for
that's
sure.
also really, really cool. And we were thinking about leveraging that.
Can I ask a question about previous project?
The bot?
There was a bot.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, does it have backend?
Yeah, so it just set up Supabase. So it's connected to Supabase, but it's technically like they're calling it the Lovable Cloud, and so it's they just rolled out this feature, and it's yeah, basically there's 3 different tables. We can click on them. We can see the posts table, and yeah, there's a database. We can add users with like user auth. We can connect if we want to have like a login with Google option. Like we can also add that because like Supabase is a very overpowered, awesome tool. Just for like that covers like the back end. So I love it. I haven't ran into many problems with it, like with this stack. But
Lovable also doing backend.
they are partnering with Supabase and building it gradually. You're nodding your head. I don't know if you have any thoughts about it. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's crazy. Yeah. It's really good. So
Did you build Telegram bot with it? Like Telegram, which you opened, this one,
yeah.
This platform.
Mhm.
You build inside Lovable only?
Yes, I built this all in Lovable. Like I haven't touched anything else. And so I've used N8N, which is like a automation tool that I was talking about earlier. And I use N8N to build like the last Edge City bot for Edge Esmeralda. And I spent easily 100 hours in N8N, and I taught at least like 20 people how to build their own bots. And I was like, it's actually not like technically that many steps, but to learn N8N is a lot of steps. And so I was like, yeah, let's just make it easier. And yeah, that's, we can also call people. So we can call, so I made one, so Patrick Starr is right here, we can talk to him. and I basically built this, and so Patrick Star has like, Patrick doesn't like air, needs water. So my instructions for this was literally just, you are Patrick Star, that's your role. And the idea is like, I want to be able to kind of encapsulate Patrick Star and put him in like games too. So we can give him a ring. We'll see if it works. I don't know if the audio works here. Hello?
I'm Patrick Starr. How can I help you today?
What's good, dude?
Well, jellyfish hunting is always a good time. What's good with you? Are you planning any fun activities today?
Oh yeah. So I used 11 Labs for that, and like I think there's like a lot of potential here, just in terms of bringing like this literally took me 5 minutes to build that. Like once I already had the Patrick Star set up, because it's like I'm basically just talking to Lovable and having it guide me through what makes sense, and like we have like a vibe police here, because like we all know the word vibe has been used quite a bit, and so I said like, you are the anti-vibe corgi, the strict and perpetually unimpressed enforcer, the no vibe zone. So we have like different characters in the works, but I'd encourage you guys to also share this link in the chat so anyone can build their own bot. I think it's a very fun thing, but yeah. I don't know if you were gonna add anything like in terms of, oh yeah, you're saying Meshi. I'll show Meshi.
Oh yeah,
real
yeah,
quick.
show that. And
Yeah, totally. I'll just show real quick. It's total ADHD as usual. So, what was the vibe police? So, you can also message the vibe police here, and it's actually like an AI agent that can, I think it can even like search the internet. Can you search internet? But basically, anyone can talk to this. Yeah, so it's like an agent. You can turn on all the different things, and I'll do like a full session on like this tool, because I think it's like, I just built it for fun, but I think it's like, it can be useful here and it can be interesting. But this is also the vibe police. So there's a tool called Meshi, and this is like a really, it's where like half of my days are just like exploring new tools and stuff. So the idea is we can put Meshi, like these different avatars. We basically just like, you take like an image, and I basically just took the cover image here and just said, I told ChatGPT, let's make like a full vibe police, and like it needs to like look like it's standing straight up. And so I got that image, and then I sent it to Meshi like yesterday, and then it was it generated this character, so we can have the vibe police in one of our games, and like hopefully we'll get to see the vibe police like in the VR soon. We'll see. Also created the Death Star. I created an Edge City Patagonia thing, which was actually blowing me away. Like, maybe we talk to Meshi about getting free credits, because this would be awesome. I was creating like the Kanye college dropout bear. Hilarious. Let's see. So no, so this is, I basically just took the Edge City, graphic, and I was like, make this into a 3D world. And so it's like, I want to create a game where we could like walk around this little thing, because like, imagine. So like, you can totally see, I think this is like one of the, like probably the primary tools we can use throughout the month, because it's like insane. So yeah, in the past I tried doing like myself, it freaks me out. We'll see if it loads. This is the stupidest thing. So it's like, it's not great with people yet, as you can tell. And I could have done like a better photo. Like maybe we all like do a proper standing photo, because you need to stand like this to like actually get it to get your joints right. Because like here it's like freaking out. But yeah, there's like for the Vibe coin, I actually got this 3D printed, because I got this, I basically, at the Frontier Tower, I got this, this is the Vibe coin that we're going to be releasing in a week or two, and it's yeah, it's basically, we created like a 3D asset that we can put into any of our worlds and stuff like that. There's a duck. There's a little version of me. It's freaky also. So I'm not gonna actually, I don't think we need all these, but so I'm gonna make a horror game, I think, with like a little version of me, because this is horrible. I think this is like I think we should make a horror game too. Maybe for Halloween we'll do something like that. But yeah.
I'm also really interested, I don't know if we have time, can you show us anything about the filmmaking tools? Because in
Yeah.
the context of the original
Yeah.
Masterpiece, I just realized that we have enough time to maybe make like a short movie.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
That would be like the best memory from
Totally.
NC.
Yeah.
We could
Yeah.
recruit some people as actors.
Yeah.
We could use, and then we'll remember San Martin without actually like corny photos. But
That would go viral on TikTok. Yeah. Rahila is working on some back-end things with her developers at the moment, so they're going to let us know when the updates are all live, but we'll definitely be doing that in our
There's
backyard.
tools like Sora. I don't know how many of you guys have used the new Sora. It's insane. Yeah. What? Yeah. I think that's Rahila.
That's Rahila.
That's Rahila.
Well, she did the,
Wait, is that-
in
Oh,
Esmeralda,
no, that's,
she
that's
was,
Nico, right? So Nico is actually going to do some stuff like this. Like she shared a bit, and so I think we should jam with her on it too, because that'd be awesome. Yeah, I think like multiple films would be great too, because I think, yeah, there's gonna be good stuff. So, horror movie, let's do it, or horror game. I just put him like just haunting Edge City. It'd be hilarious. The Death Star. I want to put the Death Star is so sick. It's like anyway. Now like when I walk around and see stuff, I'm like I could take a photo of this and literally send it to Meshi and put it into a game or like put it into anything. So it's just creative, random stuff. But is there
So-
what the?
Any Telegram can make turn to video avatar.
Ah, yeah, totally. Like you're saying like if we make a Telegram bot and then or you make like, yeah.
so as Jack's computer is very much dying, is there
Good timing.
there any
Good timing.
last questions? Because if not, we would be really excited to welcome you at the Vibe House.
That's okay. I got-
And we'll keep you posted on all the events that will be happening this week.
Yeah.
But definitely come by Thursday for the meditation into Whisper Flow, into Build. Yeah, yeah.
Well,
At some point we'll do
I
that.
feel
Yeah.
like week 2-ish might be good. So. I think personal websites are one of my favorite places to start. Like I built like a personal website for my mom and then my stepdad, and like it's like and we just built it together. So it's like really, it's cool. I like it a lot, and yeah, I think that's a good one for us to do.
And feel free to like post any ideas or like events that you want to see in our channel, because again, Infinity, the bot, is keeping tabs on it as well. So anything you post in there, we'll be able to like in Telegram, in the Vibe Guide Code channel. Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Oh, question.
I just have a general question about vibe coding and using Lovable. I haven't used that before, but I've used Replit and
Yeah.
Cursor.
Yeah.
And what I find is that I can get to like, being a non-coder,
Yeah.
I can get to about 90, maybe 85, 90% of the way. And then
Because
I can't, I'll have
Totally.
it fix the errors. And of course, I'm not understanding the code, so I can't like stop it or change it. And I get deeper and deeper and deeper, further away from my end result
Yeah.
at that last bit. Does, like I'm seeing you
Yeah.
build on Lovable. It looks
yeah.
super easy, but is that
Yeah.
much different than the other two?
Yeah, I like almost have like a new philosophy on bugs. Like if something takes like a lot of the time, like there's a chat feature on Lovable. Like, so I used to have that problem like a lot, and like the models have actually gotten better and like the tools have gotten better. So it's like, I have it less. Like I feel like it's now like 95%, but it still can get frustrating when like there's a little thing that it can't fix and you just like keep on getting in that loop. So like, yeah, yeah, there's like a chat feature. Like sometimes I like to just like, if I like notice I'm like frustrated, like a lot of time now I'll just like literally just like forget about it and I'll just like close the computer and come back to it, and then like I'll just open the chat and I'll say like, can you explain to me what, like let's zoom out, like what is happening here? Do we actually even need this feature? Sometimes we don't even need this feature. So like sometimes like I like to like zoom out, but yeah, I think like chatting with it, and then sometimes sometimes when it thinks longer, then it finds a better solve. So like I don't know. I think it's getting better, and I think with time we'll have less of those problems. But yeah, it's still a problem. So yeah.
Question, practical, how to work with you, like how to join.
Yeah.
I'm in another residency, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I vibe code a lot, and
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
this Telegram startup is similar to what I need, like to
Yeah.
vibe manager.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole different talk.
Yeah.
Do you work in co-working or how
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah, so we wanted to make this like as accessible as possible, and obviously everyone has already invested a lot of time and money to be at Edge. So obviously we'll be hosting a lot of things that will be publicly available to join. If you were accepted to Edge City, we trust their process, so you would be accepted into the Vibe Code residency. We've just shifted our pricing, so to join for the month, it'll be $111, and for a week, it'll be $33.
Yeah. And that'll just be like daily co-working, just like at the house. Like you're welcome if you'll get one of these and you'll join the Vibe crew and it'll be good. So, yeah.
You can go on our website, vibecoderesidency.com, and sign up.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's, I can link I'll link in the chat, like once it's ready, I think it's ready, but I'll send it, like basically the link for you to get that ticket in the group chat. So yeah.
You'll get these really cool yellow bracelets if you become
Yeah.
part of the Vibe Code residency. So just saying.
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming. I didn't know how this went. I like how it's just like casual and we can just free flow with it. So yeah, I appreciate you all, and it's just the beginning. So yeah, appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah.